Hi friends, welcome to yet another interesting and informative video on astrology, on your partner, relationship or marriage, love life. Look at your 7th lord in the horoscope birth chart or D1 chart. Your 7th lord, where it is placed in your D9 chart, the chart of Navamsha, in which house, and how far the 7th lord is from your ascendant lord in the D9 or Navamsha chart. Navamsha chart or D9 chart is a chart of fortune. So in that chart, your 7th lord, as per D1, how far is that planet placed from your ascendant lord? Okay, how many houses the 7th lord is from your ascendant lord in the D9 chart? And here I'm not talking about the ascendant lord and 7th lord of your D9. No, I'm talking about the ascendant lord of your D1 chart or birth chart. Your ascendant lord, that planet, say it is Venus. Where is Venus placed in your D9? Okay, and how far is your 7th lord from your ascendant lord? But you have to look at this in the D9. 7th lord also, as per your D1, which planet is your 7th lord? Okay, say if you're a Taurus ascendant, Venus is your ascendant lord, then Mars is your 7th lord, because you'll have the sign of Scorpio in the 7th house. Then how far is Mars situated from Venus in your D9 or Navamsha chart? That's what you have to find out. How many houses away? And what will that say about your partnership, about your partner, about your relationship? That's what we are going to discuss. It's going to be very interesting. Before I move on to the discussion, we will definitely look at the sample chart. But before that, how many houses 7th lord is placed away from your ascendant lord? Now 7th lord, if the 7th lord planet in your D1 chart, if that planet is combust, then definitely the results will go to sun. Find out whether it is combust or not in the D9. The D1 planet, D1 7th lord, it may be retrograde in the D1. Find out if it is retrograde in D9 as well. If it is retrograde, then it will also give you the results of the previous house. It will have a strong presence in the previous house. Okay, also. So all that. So now let me quickly go to the sample chart. And also, what do you mean by the 7th lord or ascendant lord? These two planets, they are very crucial now. Ascendant lord is the native, 7th lord is your partner. Okay, so how these planets are placed in your D9? Today we are looking at the Navamsha, how they are placed in D9. So if they are well placed means the dispositor should be well placed. See, they are in a certain zodiac sign. The sign lord is the dispositor. Then how the dispositors are placed? If they are well placed, if the 7th lord or ascendant lord, if they are away from, if they are not within any malefic influence, then it is better. And we say that it is well placed. Okay? So if any malefic planets are aspecting, then definitely there could be certain problems and you need to do remedies. Now let us quickly go to the sample chart. Friends, so welcome to this sample chart. Alright, this is actually just the structure of a chart. Here, this is a North Indian style chart. This is the first house, 7th house of relationship. This is the first house, ascendant. Okay, this is the native, this is you. This is your partner's house, 7th house. So these are all the 12 houses. First, second, third, 12 houses. Okay. So here the planets are not there. So these are all the different planets, 9 planets in Vedic astrology and 3 outer planets, which I also consider all 12 planets are here. So friends, you see here, this is the structure of your D1 or Lagna chart. Here you can see Aries is in the first house. So first lord or ascendant lord will be Mars. And the 7th lord will be Venus, because the sign of Libra is there in the 7th house. So Mars and Venus, you have to check their placement in the D9 chart, Navamsha chart, which is the chart of fortune, the Navamsha chart. So you have to find out how Mars and how Venus, these two planets, because Mars is the ascendant lord, your ascendant lord, and Venus is your 7th lord, how they are placed in the D9 chart, the Navamsha chart. Okay, find out where they are placed. Are Mars and Venus placed together in the same house, or Mars is placed in the first house, say, and Venus is placed in the second house? Then what will we say? That Venus has gone second from Mars. If Venus is placed in the third house here, then and Mars is in the first house, we will say that Venus has gone third from Mars. So if they are together, then they are in the same house. If the 7th lord goes to the next house, we say that it has gone 2 places away. If the 7th lord goes third from your ascendant lord, then we say that it has gone 3 places away. So similarly, find out how your ascendant lord and 7th lord, as per your D1 chart, how they are placed in your D9 chart or Navamsha chart. Okay, so let's get started. Okay friends, what will happen if your ascendant lord and 7th lord, as per your D1 chart, those 2 planets, if they are in the same house in the Navamsha chart, then what's going to happen? Same house. That means your life will revolve around your partner. Your partner will be somebody who will, redefine your identity. Okay, your life will change, your identity also will be redefined after you enter into a committed relationship or marriage with this person. Okay, so you can't even think of a life without your partner. They will definitely influence you or your life in a big way. Okay, now if ascendant lord and 7th lord, if they are together in the same house in the D9 or Navamsha chart, definitely if this conjunction is happening in benefic houses, you will get better results. In auspicious houses like the first house of the D9 or 5th house or 9th house, the trinal houses. If they are happening in the Kendra houses, then also it is more or less good. You can gain from this partnership. Kendra houses, 1st, 4th, 7th and 10th. You can finally be, gain from this alliance. Even the 2nd house is considered to be good. 11th house is also considered to be a good house. Okay, so then definitely, the conjunction is happening in these houses, you will get better results. But if they are happening in problematic houses, then definitely like the 6, 8, 12, then there could be problems in the relationship. This may happen. Nevertheless, you have to again find out whether the energy of that house has been absorbed in some way. If this conjunction is happening in the 6th house and the partner is from workplace connected to work, it's fine. If this conjunction is happening in the 8th house or 12th house, the partner is somebody who belongs to some foreign land or foreign culture, and if your partner is into research investigation, then it is, or any sort of field of knowledge which is, any hidden form of knowledge, any work which is connected with a lot of any sort of work or field of work which is very confidential, secretive, so investigation and so on. So then it may be good. Otherwise, there could be problems if this conjunction between the ascendant lord and 7th lord is taking place in malefic houses, the so-called malefic houses in the D9 or Navamsha chart, which is the chart of fortune. Now, all these things. Also, if the ascendant lord and seventh lord, if they are friendly to each other, you will get better results. The planets are friendly by nature. If they are inimical, then there could be certain problems or friction in the relationship. Sometimes you could feel distance from the partner, or there could be certain ego clashes, quarrels. Anyway, if ascendant lord and seventh lord, if they are together in the first house, it's very important that the relationship should be based on, for the relationship to be based on mutual respect. That's very important. Otherwise, there can be ego clashes. Okay, it's very important to be committed to the partner. That's very important to be committed to each other. Relationship should be based on a sense of duty. There should be transparency, faithfulness, and so on. It's very important to do new things, to go towards new experiences in the relationship, and to connect with each other very passionately. That's very important. Physical relationship also should be, healthy. I mean, there should be healthy intimacy. Now let's move on to what will happen when the seventh lord has gone second from the ascendant lord from your ascendant lord in the D9 or Navamsha chart. That means you can gain from this relationship or marriage. After marriage or relationship, you can accumulate wealth or joint resources with your partner. Again, you have to find out how the seventh lord is placed in that house, second from your. So it is placed just second from your ascendant lord. Okay, so the planets involved, if they are friendly to each other, you'll get better results. Now, if the dispositors of the planets are well placed, then also you will get better results. So find out, look at the overall placement of the planets. But nevertheless, if they are more or less well placed, you will get good results. You will gain from this alliance. Now, you have gone 12th from the seventh lord. So, if your partner is from a different geographical region or different culture, then also it's going to be good for the alliance or relationship. Now, all these things we can say. Also, your partner definitely will prosper in life if they are committed in the relationship. I mean, if they're committed not just to you in the relationship, but if they're committed to work. So they have to be somebody who is very committed, serious, especially in the relationship. If we talk about the relationship, so this entire relationship only, it should be based on serious commitment. Then only it's going to work. Both of you should set certain goals in the relationship, long-term goals. And it is second from the ascendant lord in the D9. So, in this relationship, both of you will have to make continuous efforts to connect with each other. And you will have to also, be willing to, set couple goals, long-term goals in the relationship. And you have to always make efforts. This relationship may involve a lot of serious commitment and hard work. You should never give up. Go on working towards improving your relationship. Then definitely it will work. So all these things we can say. Okay? If there is lack of commitment, then you may feel distanced from your partner. You can get distanced from your partner. So if you belong to a different culture, a culture which is different from that of your partner's, it's going to be good. if you come from a different cultural background, then it's going to be good for the alliance or relationship. Now let's move on to what will happen if your 7th lord, your D1 7th lord, if it has gone third from your ascendant lord. Third means 3 places away, so it is in the 3rd house from your ascendant lord, D1 ascendant lord, in the D9 chart of fortune Navamsha chart. That means your partner will be a friend to you. This relationship should be based on friendship. And friends are people who share almost everything with each other. So there should be transparency, cooperation, understanding, very important. Now, again, if the 7th lord is more or less well placed, then your partner will be someone who will be very friendly to you, understanding. If your ascendant lord and 7th lord in the D9, how they are placed, you find out. These planets, if they are friendly, you will get better results. Friendly to each other. If they are inimical, there could be certain friction at times in the relationship. But find out the dispositors, how they are placed. More or less well placed, then definitely there can be great chemistry, great friendship. Your partner and you will share hobbies, interests. You will be engaged in travel together, exploring the world together. Your partner also would love to do fun things in the relationship. They will come across as a friend to you. There will be healthy communication between the two of you. Relationship will be based on communication. There shouldn't be communication gap. If this sort of gap is there, then definitely there will be problems in the relationship. You need to discuss everything with your partner. If you discuss with them, they will also open up and discuss everything with you. As I already mentioned, doing fun things, playing games with each other, also taking recourse to role playing during your intimate moments can improve your relationship. So you just want your partner to be a friend to you, okay? So it's so that you can relax in their presence. So you want somebody who's very understanding, cooperative. You also will want to engage in intellectual discussions with your partner. Yes. So you will also want to, get attached to somebody who is intelligent, who is childlike, innocent, playful, friendly, who has a good sense of humor. You may get attracted to such people. Alright. Traveling will improve your relationship always. Now, you may also have a lot of expectations from your partner. You may want to do various things with your partner. So many goals, unfulfilled desires you have, which you want to fulfill all of them with your partner or with your partner's help after you're into this committed relationship or marriage. So lots of desires, and you think that my partner will come and fulfill all those desires. It's possible. Now let's move on to what will happen if your ascendant lord, as per D1, ascendant lord is in a certain house, obviously in the D9. If your 7th lord, as per your D1, if your 7th lord has gone 4 places away from your ascendant lord in the D9 or Navamsha chart, so it is 4th from your ascendant lord, 4 places away. Then if the planets are more or less well placed, if their dispositors are more or less well placed, then we can say that, and again if they are friendly it's better, but if the dispositors are well placed, we can say that they are more or less well placed. Then definitely what will happen, you can gain assets after marriage or after you're into a committed or serious relationship with your person. property, assets, everything you will attract into your life after you get married, or after your fortune gets tied to your person or partner. Growth in assets, property. Traveling is again something which will improve your relationship. Okay, your partner also may be somebody who loves to travel, and whenever you undertake travel with your partner, definitely your relationship will improve. Okay, now your partner may be somebody who's very sensitive, and they can also be someone who will generally they will generally connect with you, and they can be, again, find out how the 7th Lord is placed, but at times they may not be able to connect with you. So, like, because it's after all 4th, 4 places away, this relationship should be based on mutual sacrifice, mutual understanding. Otherwise, you might at times feel that your partner is not able to understand your emotions. They're not able to respond to your feelings, and your partner may also feel the same. Okay, so some ups and downs may be there in the relationship, nevertheless. Okay, but this relationship, the only secret to making this relationship work, the only secret is to actually sacrifice your own happiness for the sake of the other. Very important. Deep-rooted intuitive connection, emotional connection in the relationship is very important. There should be selfless love, affection, the desire to provide each other with nourishment, mutual concern, caring about each other is very important in the relationship. Only then the relationship will work. And of course, transparency, maintaining transparency, then only there can be a deep-rooted emotional connection, even a sensual connection. Healthy sensual connection will improve your relationship. Now let's move on to what will happen when your D1 7th Lord has gone 5 places away from your D1 Ascendant Lord in the Navamsha chart, D9 chart. So your 7th Lord, as per your birth chart, is now 5th, or is 5 places away from your Ascendant Lord, but in the D9, the chart of fortune. That means after marriage, or after you're into a committed relationship, you will experience what? You can experience growth, expansion. You can attract good fortune into your life because of this relationship. Okay? So your person also can be somebody who's knowledgeable, who has knowledge, who is intuitive or creative, and this person can bring good luck or fortune into your life. And this will definitely be a relationship which will be based on a sense of duty towards each other, faithfulness, and selfless love and devotion in the relationship is also important. Now, your so 7th Lord has gone. Your 7th Lord has gone 5 places away from your Ascendant Lord, but in the D9 chart, Navamsha. So this relationship will be based on love. Only love, true love, selfless love, spiritual connection. If that is there, this relationship will work. Your partner can be somebody, again, who is very selfless, even generous, forgiving, all these qualities. They may definitely give a lot of importance to their self-esteem. Yes. Now, this relationship will work if there is mutual respect also for each other. That's very important. Mutual respect for each other. Okay? And it's like, being true friends. It's like being soulmates, twin flames, everything for each other. because it's the it's gone five places away. Seventh Lord has gone 5 places away from the ascendant Lord. So definitely your partner will mean everything to you. If the planets are more or less well placed, they will bring good fortune into your life. You'll be fortunate enough to get this person. And after your marriage or after you're into a committed relationship, you can even get name, fame, recognition. That's also possible. Or your partner can win better name, fame and recognition after marriage. That's possible. And this will be a relationship which will be based on faithfulness, mutual trust and sense of duty towards each other. Now let's move on to what will happen when your 7th Lord, as per your D1, has gone 6 places away from your ascendant Lord as per D1. But you have to look at this position in the D9 or Navamsha chart, the chart of fortune. So if your 7th Lord has gone 6 places away from your ascendant Lord, but in the D9, that means if your partner is connected to your work or workplace, then it's very good for the relationship. Okay? If both of you are engaged in doing some sort of social service, it's very good for the relationship. Otherwise, there can be certain conflicts also in the relationship. It's possible. Because after all, 6 places away. Your partner can be somebody who's very hardworking. Again, if the 7th Lord is more or less well placed, they can be very hardworking, dedicated towards their goals, materialistic also, very meticulous about details, about plans, everything. Now, they will also be somebody who is really working hard. But you may at times feel that they are workaholic, and it's again possible that they are not giving you much importance, or they are so busy working that they are not giving you enough time, or they are not actually investing their time and energy in the relationship. You may have this complaint. It could be any reason. This is just one example. So because of this reason also, there can be conflicts in the relationship. So conflict can be there. Now it could be any reason. Maybe your partner is not able to give you enough time, or your partner is somebody who is very argumentative and there can be quarrels all the time. So whatever could be maybe the reason, but some conflicts, some problems may be there in the relationship, because after all, your 7th Lord has gone 6 places away. It's 6th from the ascendant Lord, from your ascendant Lord in the D9. So these things, certain conflicts are waiting for you after marriage to happen. They can happen. They will come up eventually. So then what you should do, both of you should never take each other for granted. You should do routine things in the relationship, going out on dinner dates every weekend, doing something special for each other on special occasions, never forgetting your anniversary and special days, birthdays, celebrating those days. So making efforts in the relationship, it's always important. You have to remember that you have to go on making efforts in the relationship. If you do not make efforts, this relationship may not even survive. If too much of bitterness sets in because of the continuous conflicts, then this relationship may not even last. It may even lead towards separation. So you have to be careful. See to it that even if there are quarrels at times, those quarrels, they finally bring you closer together. Maintaining a routine sex life is also important. And see to it that you go on making, that is, you have to keep on making efforts in the relationship. That's very important. You should not give up. on each other. You have to go on making efforts to just keep making efforts to connect with each other. Very important. At times you may feel it's a tedious job. Why should I make efforts if they are not bothered? Such thoughts may come, but you have to go on. Then only this relationship will survive. And you should minimize your clashes of opinions and conflicts. Minimize them. See to it that you can resolve your fights and quarrels amicably. That's very important. Now let's move on to what will happen when your 7th Lord, as per your D1, has gone 7 places away from your Ascendant Lord, as per D1 in the Navamsha chart. That is, your 7th Lord is 7th from your Ascendant Lord, but in the D9 chart, Navamsha chart. So this relationship will work if it is based on physical attraction. There should be mutual attraction for each other. Great intimate life or physical or sexual compatibility should be there in the relationship. Your partner should be your partner in everything that you do. Nowadays there's a phrase, partners in crime. So you do everything together. So you're great friends to each other. There is complete transparency. You do things together, even fun things. You travel together. You have certain goals, common goals, couple goals. You are striving to achieve them together. You have intellectual discussions also at times. And you share everything. You can even think of doing some joint business, some partnership business together. It will be your business. It's like your own business which you're doing with your partner or life partner. Okay? So you can do that. Traveling to a foreign land with your partner, all that can improve your relationship. Okay? So all these things you have to remember. And this relationship demands friendship, sharing hobbies, interests with each other, fulfilling goals together. You have to set certain goals in life and fulfill those goals together. Means always cooperating with each other, helping each other achieve those goals. Cooperation and friendship. If you somehow, refuse to cooperate, if there is no healthy give and take, then this relationship will not last. So it is very important to maintain harmony and balance in the relationship. If your partner feels that there is lack of harmony, lack of balance, if your partner senses that you are not friendly, or you're not a well-wisher, that you're not actually going to help them in any way, your partner may also withdraw their support and cooperation. And then, both of you will be, you'll be lost in the relationship. So it has to be based on friendship and healthy cooperation. Then only this relationship will last. And yes, great intimate life also should be there, so that this relationship can be based on true partnership, healthy give and take. Okay? So that you can add meaning to each other's lives. And maintaining balance and harmony in relationship is very important. Now let's move on to what will happen when your 7th Lord, as per your D1, is 8 places away from your Ascendant Lord, D1 Ascendant Lord, but in the Navamsha chart, the chart of fortune, in the D9 chart, you have to look at their positions. 8 places away. Okay. Now, if this relationship is based on serious commitment, intense, passionate connection, great intimate life, great chemistry and great sexual compatibility, then it can work. There has to be deep-rooted emotional connection, intuitive connection also. Complete transparency, mutual trust. Very important. Then it can be a wonderful partnership. Okay, so yeah, I mean, after marriage or after you're into a committed relationship, both of you can accumulate joint resources also, because you are so together, you're always together, and you really have an intimate connection, which is truly intimate. You share everything with each other, so you will accumulate over time, you'll accumulate resources together, wealth. You can inherit some property after marriage or something. But otherwise, so that is important. Now, the desire to sacrifice your comfort and pleasure for the sake of your partner also will be then ready to do the same for you. So this relationship should be based on deep rooted understanding, I mean intuitive connection and great understanding, very important. It should be based on sacrifice also, sacrificing your own pleasure for the sake of the other. Then this relationship will work. Selfless surrender to each other. Otherwise, if there are trust issues in the relationship, if one of the partners is cheating on the other, then this relationship is not going to work. If there is deception, if there is disloyalty, if there is lack of trust, mutual trust, then you won't be able to have great intimacy, and then this relationship won't work. There will be suffocation, and you can also end up moving apart, and this relationship might even end in separation. So when it has moved 8 places away, your 7th Lord has gone 8 places away from your Ascendant Lord, be very careful. Total surrender to each other and total great intimacy, great sexual connection, and over time, being able to sacrifice things for each other, and it will be a selfless relationship based on selfless love also, and it will become a spiritual bond. Otherwise, there can be problems. If you don't have a healthy intimate life, then also there can be problems. You can get distanced from each other, and the relationship might even end. Your partner may be secretive. You may feel that they're secretive, or there's something mysterious about them. But again, you may find your partner very attractive also. Okay, so it is very important to maintain healthy intimate connection, otherwise it's not going to work, unfortunately. Now what will happen, let's move on to the next placement. If your D1 7th Lord has moved 9 places away from your Ascendant Lord, but in the D9 chart, in the Navamsha chart of fortune, what will happen? That means your partner can bring good fortune into your life. You have some past life connection with your partner. That is why you got this partner in this life. And they have come to bring good fortune into your life, provided the 7th Lord is more or less well placed in the D9 chart. The planet should be more or less well placed. That is important. Then they will bring good luck, good fortune into your life, and there will be growth, expansion in life. You will move towards prosperity. You'll attain prosperity in life. After marriage, or after you're into a committed relationship, and all good things will happen to you. Both of you will travel the world together. This relationship will work if you are, both of you travel together and all. So everything will be very good in the relationship, and there'll be great connection, selfless devotion. This relationship will be based on spiritual love, sense of duty, faithfulness, loyalty will be there, and both of you will travel the world together, and it's going to be a wonderful connection. You can turn to your partner for advice, suggestions. They can be a friend, philosopher, guide to you. Definitely. Somebody whom you can rely on blindly. You can trust somebody. So there will be somebody whom you can totally trust. So everything will be wonderful actually if the 7th Lord is well placed in the D9. And it's 9 places away from your Ascendant Lord in the D9 or Navamsha chart. This relationship will be based on romantic connection, a sense of duty. It should be based on mutual respect. Now again, if the 7th Lord is not well placed, then there can be lack of commitment. There can be in the relationship, there can be ego clashes in the relationship, which can lead to even conflicts in the relationship. Now let's move on to what will happen. One more thing. Your 7th Lord has gone 9 places away from you. You may attract somebody into your life who belongs to some foreign culture, a culture that is different from yours. That's possible. If that is the case, it's good for the relationship. Now let's move on to what will happen when your 7th Lord, as per your D1, has moved 10 places away from your Ascendant Lord in the D9 chart or Navamsha chart. Again, now this relationship will be a bond, or it's a relationship which will involve a lot of hard work, efforts. You should never give up on each other. Okay, you should set long-term goals in the relationship which you can fulfill together. Relationship should be based on mutual responsibility, a sense of duty. Treating each other justly and fairly is very important. Okay, if the 7th Lord is getting afflicted somehow and it has moved 10 places away from your Ascendant Lord in D9, your partner may be dominating in the relationship. They may tend to control you unduly. They may exercise their power unduly. They may dictate everything to you and you might find it suffocating. So then it will be very difficult for you to survive in the relationship. But do not give up. If it is a marriage, don't give up on each other easily. Give them some time. Because people know they change also with time. Because with time they become mature. They realize their mistakes and they become wiser. So give them time. So you have to go on. This relationship will survive if both of you are making efforts in the relationship to make it work. Okay? And there should be serious commitment. Serious commitment. And then what will happen? Your partner can also enable you to gain over time, You can gain social recognition. You can gain a good reputation in society because of your partner. Your social image, your social reputation also after your marriage, So definitely your partner also may be somebody, because they may be somebody again who's very hardworking. If 7th Lord is well placed, they can be very hardworking, dedicated towards their goals. So they also can achieve a good social status and reputation after marriage. And because of them, because 7th Lord, so this relationship definitely has to be based on responsibilities, I told you. And your partner, if your partner's social status improves, then by default you will also, your social reputation will also improve. That is possible. But for that, there has to be long-term commitment, lifelong commitment in the relationship. Lifelong. You have to remain committed to each other and go on making efforts in the relationship. Then it will work. Now let's move on to what will happen when your 7th Lord, as per your D1 chart, has moved 11 places away from your ascendant Lord as per D1. But your 7th Lord has gone 11 places away from your ascendant Lord in the D9 chart or Navamsha chart. Then if the planets concerned are more or less well placed, you will gain from this relationship. Especially look at the 7th Lord's position. You can gain from your relationship. Ascendant Lord also more should be well placed. Then only, if the Ascendant Lord is well placed, Ascendant Lord is you, the native, then only you can enjoy the fruits of everything in life. You can enjoy the fruit of your hard work. You can, you can be in a healthy relationship. So for that, the Ascendant Lord definitely has to be strong. So both the planets, 7th Lord and Ascendant Lord, how they are placed in the D9, find out. More or less well placed, and 7th Lord has gone 11 places away, you will gain from this relationship. Your person may belong to your social circle. They may also belong to your social media circle. Your partner may have healthy social network. They may have a lot of people in their social network, and they may benefit from those social contacts. And after you're into a marriage, or after you're into a committed relationship with them, you can also, because of that relationship, you can gain a lot of contacts. I mean, your social network definitely will become wider because of this relationship. It's possible. And you can even gain from your social network now, after marriage, or after you're in a relationship, serious relationship with this person. Now, setting goals in the relationship, long-term goals. Both of you striving together to achieve those goals in the relationship. Very important. Friendly relationship. Relationship should be based on friendship, cooperation, healthy give and take. Okay, there should be understanding. There should be friendship. There should be intellectual discussions in the relationship. Sharing hobbies, interests, traveling together. All that will improve the relationship. There should be great intimate life also. Then this relationship will improve. Healthy give and take is very important. Healthy discussions, intellectual discussions, sharing interests, hobbies, sharing ideas with each other. Very important to be friends, very good friends. Otherwise, this relationship may tend to become very boring, and it may not even survive in a healthy way. So you have to be friends with each other. Very important. Always you should be ready to cooperate with each other. Support each other. Then only this relationship will work. If there is true friendship. All these things, very important. You may attract somebody who belongs to a foreign culture. If you do so, it's a good thing for the relationship. But then yes, it goes without saying that friendship should be there. Friendship, healthy cooperation and healthy give and take. Now, finally, if your D1 7th Lord has moved 12 places away from your D1 Ascendant Lord, what will happen? But you have to look at the position in the D9 or Navamsha chart. In the D9 or the chart of fortune, Navamsha, if your 7th Lord is 12th from your Ascendant Lord, 12th, is it has gone 12 places away. What will happen? If your partner is from a foreign culture, different cultural background, different geographical region, it's a good sign, or it's a green flag in the relationship. But nevertheless, there should be total transparency, mutual trust should be there, great intimate life, deep-rooted intuitive connection in the relationship, understanding each other, helping each other should be there. It's like an intuitive connection should be there. transparency, great intimate life or sexual connection is important. That means healthy bed relations with partner. Otherwise you may get distance from your partner, or they might get distance from you. And also over time then you will realize that this relationship is turning into a spiritual connection, wherein you will realize that your partner is somebody who is very generous, forgiving, and they will sacrifice things for you. So this relationship will be based on selfless love, spiritual love, and deep-rooted intimate connection. Even a spiritual connection will be there over time. But if there are trust issues in the relationship, if there is betrayal, deception, then you may get distance from each other. You may get distance from each other, and this relationship may even come to an end, and it may end in separation also. That is also possible if there is lack of trust, lack of mutual trust. It's very important to trust each other. Now, if the 7th Lord is not so well placed in your D9 chart, and it has moved 12 places away from your Ascendant Lord in the D9, and if it is not so well placed, then there can be trust issues, lack of mutual trust. And then what will happen? No? It will be very difficult to be intimate with your partner, to reveal your secrets to your partner, or your partner also will hesitate to reveal their mind to you or secrets to you. And then there will be a sort of gap, communication gap, lack of intimacy, lack of trust, and then you may get distanced, and it may even end in separation. It's very important to be compassionate to each other, to let go of each other's small mistakes or follies and shortcomings. It's very important to forgive each other. Okay? Very important to make efforts to invest time, energy in the relationship. Spend your energy in connecting with your partner. So, because maintaining a relationship can be a tedious job also. You have to listen to your partner, you have to listen to each other. So a lot of time, energy has to be invested in a relationship. So when both of you are ready for all of that, and you maintain deep-rooted, intimate connection in every way, then only this relationship will last. Otherwise there can be problems and distance can set in. After marriage, or after you into a committed relationship, both of you can settle down in a foreign land. If that happens, it can be good for the relationship or alliance. Alright, so that was my take on what will happen if your 7th Lord of D1 chart, if your D1 7th Lord has moved certain houses away from your Ascendant Lord, D1 Ascendant Lord, in the Navamsha chart, the chart of fortune. If you don't know how to find out the Navamsha chart, then you need to go to any app. You can go to the AstroSage app. There are similar apps, or if you're using any software on the PC, just put in your birth details. You will have access to your D1 chart, which is the birth chart. From there you'll come to know which is your Ascendant Lord, which is your 7th Lord. Find out how they are placed and what is their relative placement. I mean, how many places they are away from each other in the D9 chart, the chart of fortune, which is called Navamsha. So friends, I hope you found it informative. Do let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And also, if you're looking for personal consultation, details are there in the video description. You can WhatsApp me. Do subscribe to this channel. Before I wind up, a gentle reminder: be kind to all animals, birds, creatures. Try to be a vegetarian. Believe me, friends, those innocent animals, birds and creatures, they too have the right to live. Be kind to them. And if possible, donate vegetarian food to old age homes and orphanages, or to any person who's in hunger, who's in need of help. Help them out. Be compassionate and kind to the needy. With this thought, I wind up today's session. See you next time. Take care. Thank you.